Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with a Temu haul. And if we run out of Temu to look at, because I think I've only got, there's some Temu I have upstairs that I can't find. And so until I can find it, I think I've only got like 5 items. I do have a bag coming in the mail in a couple days, so we'll be back in line. But if I run out of Temu before time, I brought down a box from Grove Collaborative that I've had sitting up there for months that I will do some unboxing, and we will have another giveaway on this video to help support my Etsy shop, which we will talk about in a little bit. But let's get started with a haul. So I say that and then let's talk about my clothes. So this sweater, I love this sweater. This was one of my Temu sweaters that I highlighted on a different episode, and I love it. And you know what? So it's got all these holes. These holes make it feel like this sweater is air conditioned. So even though it's blue blazes hot outside, for some reason, just, you know, the way that works, it's like cooling, like because the air goes through each of these little holes, and I love it. And I'm really liking gray, you know, as the ring light and whatever is making me look super white in this video. Plus this, like I said, one of my last videos, this patch of hair is on its last leg, so eventually my forehead's going to be going back farther and farther, and I don't think I can, I don't think I could handle wearing a full wig, but maybe my opinion on that will change at some point. All right, so now let's get started with the Temu. So a lot of these things, well, it's been a long time since I got these, because this bag was also temporarily lost. How does that happen? Well, you've seen some of my other decluttering videos, so you shouldn't be surprised. But anyway, I got there's 2 of them in here, some solar wall lamps. I got these, so outside we have a carport, not a garage, but a carport, and so it's got posts that hold that up, and so I thought about putting these on both of those to help light the driveway at night. And they come with the hardware to screw it in, which I really need to get a Temu drill, but I have yet to do that. And then it looks like this, and I've had it so long that it probably will not have a charge, but we'll try. But anyway, so you can see back here how you hang it. I'm sure we'll probably just put it in up there, and it's got I think it's got a film over this, or it came with scratches on it. Yeah, I think it's got a film on it, but it's not wanting to come off at the moment. I don't know, you guys. It did not come with instructions unless there's some on the box, but like I said, I've had this for a while now, so I don't think it would have had any charge left. But yeah, no instructions, but you really shouldn't need instructions for a solar thing. So I think once we get it hung up and put outside, it'll be just fine. And I'm hoping, because it's got, you know, openings on all 3 sides, that it will provide enough light, because really I'm just looking for, I've got a front porch light, but we have a huge oak tree, so even when it's daylight, it's dark, kind of, because that tree blocks out a lot of the sun. So I'm just hoping this helps people as they're getting out of the car get into the house safely. Oh, So yeah, so that's not bad. Not bad light. Yep, once it thinks it's dark, it will come on. So speaking of cars, so we have one vehicle for our family of 6, and it's a Chrysler Pacifica, so a minivan, and it has been eating oil lately like crazy, and we don't have any oil stains on the driveway. So it's like, where's the oil going? So we took it into the dealer on Wednesday, or so like 4 days ago, to have them look at that, because we're also starting to get close. We're coming up on 5 years, but our warranty is 6 years or 105,000 miles. And we are sitting at like 86,000 miles. So I said, let's get it in there. Let's get it looked at while we still have the warranty. So they go in there and they find rust and metal filings and gouges and stuff all over the engine. Like, what the heck? And so they're like, well, this is bad. This is probably going to require a whole new engine. And I'm like, well, okay, it's under warranty. Well, it might not be under warranty if they determine it was our fault, like my fault. I'm like, what would I have done? So I don't know cars, but I mean, we take it in for its routine oil changes, and I don't know what else we could have done to cause this. And the dealer, I guess, kind of agreed with us. It was like, well, if you had been misbehaving or mistreating your car, you would have had other symptoms before now, and you haven't had any other symptoms. I'm like, yeah. And so they are going to have the warranty company come out and do an inspection. And I'm like, this seems ridiculous, because the warranty that we got when we bought the brand new vehicle, and so it was the company that they work with. So I don't know why we're jumping through all these hoops, but okay, a new engine's expensive, I get that. And then they were like, well, you'll get a rental. And we're like, okay, that's good, because we don't have any other cars. But then they couldn't get us a rental. Like, nobody, there was like a soccer thing in town, so nobody had any vehicles available. So like, well, we can Uber. They're telling my husband this, like, well, we can Uber you somewhere. And he's like, what am I supposed to do when I get there? Now, my parents live 2 doors down from us, and they have 2 vehicles, and only one of them drives. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go get their van to use. But so my husband brings the van home, because the inspector can't come for a day or 2 or something like that. Well, then we get a call not long after he gets home. You got to bring this van back, because you can't add any mileage onto it based on, we have to be able to show that it's really not been driven since we did our inspection. So I was like, well, why did you let us leave then? So then I had to hurry up and go get my parents' van, and we had to go drop it off. And now they're not going to be able to come and do the inspection because they're backed up, probably because we've had a ton of hailstorms in this area. So they're backed up and aren't going to be able to look at it for still like another 2 or 3 days. And then they were like, well, we did secure you a rental like 2 days from now when I'm filming this, but the rental won't be covered unless the repair is covered. And it's like, so now it's like, well, I don't want to get the rental if it's not going to be paid for. So I'm really kind of not happy about that. So, and because it's our only vehicle, and it's like, this is the very first brand new vehicle that we've ever bought in our marriage, that I've ever bought as a individual. And I don't know, you just don't expect to have those kind of, well, some of you probably expect to have those kind of problems, but I just didn't expect that with a brand new vehicle kind of thing. Okay, so now that I've been doing all this talking, this next item is another thing for outside. This is a repeat purchase. It is one of those solar lights to illuminate our fan. So we'll have to unscrew this a little bit to get this popped in there, and then it can tilt and you put this part in the ground. You've seen these kind of things and the solar lights at the Dollar Tree. and then you can aim it to wherever. So it's kind of like a floodlight. We had one of these before, but someone in the family stepped on it and broke. So we got another one because it, like I said, it worked really great. And let's see if I can get it. This little dude, okay, I was gonna say that little dude is still, well, I guess I put it in a darker spot. What can I put over this one? Okay, so maybe this one really is dead. But anyway, oh, and I'm not even telling you guys how much this stuff costs. What kind of a hauler am I? A talkative one that talks too much. Okay. So I only got one of those. I really at some point would like to have more than one, but I really just get it to highlight the fan or the flag that we have in the yard, which still says Happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay. And again, we're not surprised why I have lost some Temu things in my living room. Okay. How far back do I have to go? Because it's been a while since I got these. I don't think it's been that long. But yeah, you guys, I really like this sweater. And I'm really embracing gray. So, okay, here it is. I was like, people are gonna, if you're even still here, are gonna have turned off because I'm wasting all this time looking up prices. All right, the Solar Motion, the 2 sensor things, these, I paid $8.95, and they're now $12.78 for a 2-pack. And I don't know if that's a good price compared to a Walmart or that kind of thing, or Amazon. I did get a price adjustment, and there is a user manual on the listing. Okay, and then, oh, well, this other thing is not in here. Let's see if I can just type like floodlight. Not with emojis. Where's my regular keyboard? Nope. Okay, well, if we come across that, I'll have it linked below, and then you can look up the price if you're interested. Next, this is also a repeat purchase because I lost my other one. This is a ruler to get kind of deckled edges. Is that what it's called? So you hold the, you know, put this on your piece of paper, and then you tear, and then you get these nice, cool, jagged edges. This one, it's a thin metal, but not thin enough that I could, well, maybe I could just bend it in half, but it's not a thick metal. So anyway, so there's that, and I'll see if I can find price for that in a minute. Then, okay, this is some more of that $1 million lace stuff. So a long time ago, I hauled some like this, and that was on the few episodes where I did price comparisons on like Amazon, and this came up on Amazon for like $200 some. I mean, it was crazy. It was like the same material composition, everything. So I don't know, but so I got another one just because I, for one, thought it was really pretty, and this would make a really pretty, like on the binding of a book, or make really pretty pockets, or whatever if you're a seamstress, whatever you might use this for. So you get about a yard of it, And yeah, I really like it. What am I going to do with it now? I don't know, because, you know, I'm in the middle of destashing my junk journal supplies, and that's what I got this for. So I don't know what I'll do with this. May hang on to this for a while just because I really like it. But yeah, so they have great crafty supplies. Now this, I'm hoping this is my long lost slime, because as an adult I want to play with slime. Yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping, I think this is supposed to be, shoot, now I can't remember what kind of slime they call this. It's not this, like when slime first became popular in the last few years, I was like, telling my kids, no, you may not have that, because I didn't want it all over the furniture. But this is big, this is different, hopefully. Kind of like cotton candy kind of slime, like a moussey slime. And it, like, I don't know if you're supposed to, like, can you separate these colors? Yeah, you really can't separate the colors, so I'm just gonna but it kind of leaves a, it feels like a wet texture on your hand, like not like dripping wet kind of thing, but like your hand feels wet after you're kind of, but it's so relaxing. And then hearing the pops and stuff in it, of course pretty soon it's going to be ugly because I'm going to lose all this color definition. And there are instructions online for how to revive this if it starts to get a little bit, like if when you're doing this, if it just snaps, there's ways to, I think you add hand lotion. It has a nice scent. It's almost like a citrusy, lemony scent. But yeah. So I'm like a little kid, really enjoying my slime. Okay, so let's see. And this is a pretty decent container for it. I know some of the ones that my kids have gotten from like Five Below or Walmart, they come in kind of big containers, which they dry out quicker. So that one's a pretty good size. Like, they need to make the containers the size of what they're giving you. All right, let's see if I can find any of this stuff, because then we're going to go on to the Grove box and see if we can look at a few items in there. So I'm working on my, oh, there's the one thing. Okay, this thing. So I'm also working on my closet today, trying to do laundry, trying to store the things that still fit but are for winter, and then trying to decide what I'm going to sell on Facebook Marketplace for porch pickup. Okay, so that spotlight, oh, well, that one was discontinued, but they've got a bunch of other ones, and some of them are not local warehouse. They have the local warehouse ones too, but like this one looks pretty comparable. And for one piece, oh, one piece is $9.48. What did I pay? I paid $6.64. So I'll link to that other one, but maybe take a picture of it and do your own search for it. And then, okay, there's the slime. your kids would love this slime. Okay, so this just calls it fluffy slime, but I think it's got a specific name. But mine, of course, was sold out, but when I look in it, there's all kinds. And so take note, some of them have the little like confetti kind of pieces to go in it. My kids do not like that because that makes it kind of, the texture kind of weird. I was trying to see if any of these other ones would. Oh, butter slime, that's what it's called. So butter slime. So if you've got kids, most kids I think would like butter slime. And I paid $2.18 for this little tub. So I don't know if that's a good price or not. All right, is the ruler in here by chance? No, I still need to find the ruler and the lace. Okay, here's the lace. I paid $1.99 and it's a meter in length and it's 100% cotton. And there's the ruler. It was $1.59. All right, now let's move on to look at some Grove things. I don't know if we'll get through this whole box because so during the fall, when I was looking for content for this channel because I couldn't always do Temu, I signed up for Grove. I signed up for a few other things. So I have gotten like 4 or 5 boxes of Grove that I've never shown on this channel. And I need to finally go through because it's got stuff in there that we want to use. So anyway, if you're not familiar with Grove, this is not sponsored. I bought this all by myself. They specialize in sustainable supplies. So cleaning supplies, makeup, HBA kind of things, and all kinds of stuff that you can get there. It's mail order, and you can get a subscription, which will get you, I think, free gifts throughout. And the subscription is like, I don't know, I shouldn't say, but I want to say it's between $20 and $30 a year. But it may have gone up since I last looked, because when I last looked it was in the fall. And I think I have a referral code that I'll put below if I find it, which I think just gets each of us some money off of something. I don't know. But anyway, it comes in a box like this. You pick out so many things, and I want to say there's a minimum that you need to get in order for your stuff to ship. But they'll ship it in a box like this. They write a nice little note on it, and you can set things up to, like Amazon, you can set things up to be on your order every month kind of thing. And you might even be able to ship it more often than that, I don't know. I was on the monthly one, and so some of these boxes have things that I didn't want more of, but when you first sign up, you get like a welcome gift, and I don't know which box this is, so I don't know if this will have the welcome gift, but then whatever else you get, they like automatically put it on a subscription for you, so you have to go into the app and remove that if you don't want to get it in the future. And well, are we surprised that I didn't do that? No. So there's going to be things that I'm going to have probably 12 of that I'll be like, what am I ever going to do with those? So, and then you get just kind of ads for other things in the box. And this is how they package it, because they're all sustainable. All right. So the first thing I got are some peppermint bath bombs. This is a 2-pack of froth bombs. And so the note on the box said happy holidays or something like that. So this was probably December when I got this. And so you get 2. I've never tried their bath bombs, so when I get a chance to try one of these, I'll let you know. I like that it's not got food coloring and stuff. You know, some of the really nice bath bombs have the colors, but then that kind of makes my tub a mess. And I don't need any help with that. So I like that this one's just plain. And it does come in plastic, but I don't know. This is probably one of their good kind of plastics, if there is such a thing. But they don't do no animal testing. They use all natural ingredients. And this is not, so Grove has their own brand, but then they do also sell things by other companies. And so, soothing Epsom salt, cooling Oregon mint, and moisturizing sunflower oil. And then it's got directions. Remove the wrapper, place them in the empty tub, and let the warm water run directly over the bomb to activate. Let the cooling magic begin. So, yep, I'm excited to try that. And good grief, prices on this stuff? I didn't even think about that. So let me look to see. There is an app, like I said. Will I be able to log into the app? That's always a question. Okay, so my glasses. So somebody asked me if these glasses are heavy because they noticed I'm always pushing them up. No, they are not heavy. And in fact, the topper is super thin. So one of my recent videos, the title of it says featuring Pair Eyewear, which is where I get these. And so if you're interested in that, I've got a referral code in that video. But so they're super light, but my skin gets super oily. And this is all it's got for the nose. And I probably could take it in and get these ear things pinched a little bit more to where they wouldn't slide down. But yeah, I guess that's a thing. I'm not very good at keeping my nose buffed or whatever it's called. So they do slide down, but then my old glasses did too, right? I was always pushing those up. So no, they're not heavy. And I like that. And in fact, yesterday, because this is the second design that I tried one that was cat eye, but like bigger, but it was too big. So I finally got that returned yesterday to the post office. And as soon as they scanned the return label, I got my refund. And I had requested the refund and store credit because I knew I was going to buy some new ones for this. So I got those ordered yesterday. So I'm going to be excited to get all those new designs. I got 16 or 17 more. And I got another pair of actual glasses because I have a separate prescription for driving. Like these are just for computer use because I don't need anything to read. And then these are for computer use, and then I got some for driving. So I got the other pair, another pair of these, same shape for driving, and I did the black frame, like these are the clear. I did the black frame for those so that I would know the difference, but then they both will work with these. But I love these. Okay. I got into my account, previously purchased. That's where we want to be. Okay, those, and oh, they do still have these peppermint twists. I thought it might just be a holiday thing, but they do still have them. Now, this kind of stuff is not, this is not your bargain pricing, right? This is going to be, because sustainability is expensive, unfortunately. So these are going to be more expensive than you could get cheap bath bombs at the Dollar Tree or whatever. That's not this. So just keep that in mind. So for the 2-pack of these, I don't know what I paid, but currently today it's $9.99, or if you subscribe, it's $9.49. So again, that's expensive, but it's a treat, right? You're giving yourself a treat when you take that bath. All right, next. Okay, so I got a tea tree soothing hydration hair mask, and restore your dry scalp and hair to refreshed and hydrated with the invigorating properties of tea tree. And tea tree is really good for people like me that have psoriasis or any kind of skin issues. That's supposed to be really good. So, and soothing. So yay, I'm excited to try that. And it is 12 ounces. It's $12.99, or you can subscribe for $12.34. Oh, well, this one might be out of stock at the moment. But, oh yeah, because it says notify me. Okay, well, I don't want to take this all the way off, but it's a creamy mask that you, after shampooing, massage the hair mask into damp scalp and hair from root to tip. Leave in for 3 to 5 minutes, then rinse completely. For best results, pair this hair mask with Soapbox Tea Tree shampoo. Oh, so maybe I'll have to try that at some point. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to trying this, because anything I can do to help with my scalp is a good effort. All right, I think these might be free samples. So they gave me a sample of Ollie Sleep, and this is the brand I use for my prenatal vitamins. And this has got melatonin, theanine, and botanicals. You get 2 gummies, so maybe I'll try this tonight. Actually, I need to, tomorrow's Father's Day in my world, so I can't sleep in, so I really needed this like last night. All right, and then also gave me a sample of face serum with coffee and rosehip oil, plus sea buckthorn, raspberry seed, and rose to hydrate and protect. 100% vegan. So that was nice. And then only got 2 more items in here. Okay, we love this. We specifically love this scent. You can find Method lots of other places. I like how they wrap it so it's not going to come open in the mail. But yeah, Energy Boost. We love this scent, and it's body wash. It's 18 fluid ounces. It's not going to be cheap, so it's not your, you can find good body washes at the Dollar Tree too, or even at Walmart. So it's, but if you really like Method, that is a really good scent. And oh, it's not showing me this one, but it's showing me a different, showing me the Pure Peace version. Oh, but it's got 8 options. So yeah, so it's $8.99 for body wash. And then the last item in here is a dinged up hand soap refill. Hydrating hand soap, Eves of Enchantment collection, peppermint bark. Nice metal. It's really a nice bottle. Like, if you could, this is probably not food safe, but I was gonna say, if you could safely get all of the stuff out of here and really get it cleaned, it might make a good water bottle. But don't, like, I don't know if that's really true, so I need to say, don't try this at home. So you just put this into a hand soap dispenser, and it doesn't look like it's a foaming one. It looks like it's just a regular one. They do sell the foaming ones, and they do sell all kinds of the containers for your cleaning supplies, or your, you know, so that you don't have to keep buying the plastic containers. You can just refill with this metal. What are you going to do with this metal afterward? I guess recycle it. So anyway, let's see if I can find this. Okay. I apparently have also gotten Lavender Blossom and Thyme in one of the boxes, and that one, oh, well, there's 8 options of this too for $5.49, so that's not too bad. 13 ounces. So, all right, well, that's it for that Temu/Grove. We're a little bit over a half hour, so that's good. Hopefully it should be safe timing for this. And I do have the giveaway, so let me get that out. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am working on destashing my junk journal supplies on my Etsy shop. And so I have listed, I keep adding new listings, but as I find things in my stash that I don't want anymore, I'm going to be putting them on Etsy, and 50 cents from every item purchased will go to buy goats for families in need. You can buy a goat from Compassion International for $100. So 50 cents from each item purchased will go towards that. And I am not interested in getting into any kind of shipping craziness. So I make my packs that I sell for things that I can sell for or ship for a single stamp. And I've got different size envelopes depending on the item. So in this case, I can get 2 of these vintage ledger sheets. You get one in my listing, you get one that's got that's written on, and then one sheet that's plain. And it's a really pretty. So this is from a hardware store from 1950 from Jefferson City, Missouri. And this one that you get in the giveaway is actually a payroll sheet for, well, yeah, and it's got 1949 on here. So great for journaling. But again, the plain sheet is just as good. These will get folded. It'll get folded, I think, like in half and then in half again to go in the envelope. But if you would like to win this, the giveaway word for this episode is paper. And I will draw the winner for this tomorrow. And then once you send me your address, I will ship it out to you. But I will link below to this listing in Etsy in case you want to buy some for yourself and help support my mission and my need to destash my junk. So that's why it's called Junk for Goats. And yeah, so I think that's it for this video. I want to say thank you to all of you who have returned, have watched more than one of my videos. Thank you so much. It helps so much. And for those of you that are brand new, again, welcome. I hope you, well, shoot, if you made it this long, maybe you'll watch another one. I don't know. I need to, I don't know. I gotta, I'm still learning, you know, it's been over 6 months, but I'm still learning how to do all this stuff and be a good hostess. I'm really not skilled at being a hostess because I don't like people, but you know. Okay, whatever. I'm just babbling now. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a fantastic day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.